Hello, Pepsi Cola from Forest Park, Noblesville, Indiana. We're gonna go check out a bit of the nickel plate train track and station and such. It still kind of is around here. There was a train line that went from up north to Atlanta, farther up, all the way down to, So right here we have one of the remaining parts of the nickel plate south of that station. Sort of south, I should say. As you can tell, you go along this way, it's just a path covered with leaves and such. Still see something right there. Nickel plate.
Two people thing, it's the one above that. We did the prayer and all that.
All right.
The question is, I have a almost 2-year-old grandson. Do I need to buy a separate ticket to him, and can I add it to that?
It would be, you do not need,
Transcontinental
we already printed a
Railroad
ticket, Karen, for the under 2, but they don't have to pay for them.
Infants, you don't have to pay for.
But we do need to know they're gonna be on there, we have to have an official count.
Down
Now, the
to
thing is, are you
Great
doing
Salt
some
Lake.
infant tickets in dining and even
Wherever
San Francisco.
they're asked for, I'm
Okay.
printing them tickets.
All right, even though there is no place to sit them, in other words, you're literally at a table.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Go ahead.
so I wasn't sure if they wanted you to sit the child up on the table, cause then you're blocking
Oh.
the window.
No. It's gonna be me, my daughter, and my grandson, and I thought maybe he could sit on her lap. This way, you can get that picture everybody wants.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know if that was
San
okay. He
Antonio
went with the, not the
Transit.
standard, but the one that came with the table. I didn't know if that was okay.
All right, you just have to.
It's just
buy-
gonna be, wherever you're sitting, there's two tops, right?
There is a two-top.
Don't remember that stuff, I just print them off, unfortunately,
Cause
so.
the Duke
Standard.
one,
Go ahead.
the Duke one is the one that comes with the cocoa and the
having
cookie
a hard time
and the
focusing on it,
mug,
but-
commemorative mug.
So
You
yeah,
just
San
buy a
Antonio
table for 4.
ticket here.
A table for 4.
You have to buy
Just
all
part of
4.
nickel
Yeah,
plate.
If
you
you
want
want a table,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at this, it's already around here, it says, okay, there's a standard infant ticket, and that's on a group night, that's a 2 tabletop. See if there's another.
Yeah, that would be in Gaylor. Gaylor is a Gaylor or
Well, because I know one of them said you can't have kids up there.
I think that's probably Duke. I mean, that's
That's
probably
That's
recorder.
recorder.
Yeah, I think that's the recorder car. So 2 of them have, one of them has individual tables, one of them has booth type seating.
Just wanted to check
and
in,
the other
you're
2
giving train rides
are,
again?
Bench seats.
I'm busy.
yeah, they're comfortable.
They're like a coach
You
seat,
stop
like
for-
you ride on
what's
the bus
that?
or whatever, they're kinda like.
No, I didn't. I'm just
bigger
trying to
seats,
find
they're
out
bigger space.
about things.
And
What's
you
your
can buy-
website
if you
so I
wanted
can
to
go
upgrade
online?
from that, but
It's just
that's the
Noblesville
standard
Express. You
seating.
can just look that
That's
up on
standard.
Nickel
So now I would
Plate
say that was,
Express.
is that Gaylor?
Okay.
Would be in Gaylor.
Yeah, let me get my phone.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we for-
No, because I'm still learning some of this.
Yeah, so I don't know. I recall maybe back in school, where the carts that were able, the train carts were able to go and explore. I mean, it was just like a school field trip type deal because, yeah, they're not really open for any type of kind of like a museum exhibit yet, but there is like a train ride you can do here, so what's left of the train track, that is. Yeah, back in the day, this train would go all the way down to the state fair, and they kind of called it like the Polar Express, and it would just go all the way down to all the way down there. It's probably one of the most heartbreaking things, really, I could think about that was changed or taken away in Noblesville was when they took out the tracks. Yeah. It was such a unique thing about Noblesville because, like, there was a train track that would go straight through to downtown of Noblesville. So pretty much from this park here, Forest Park, it would have gone down that way, going to downtown Noblesville, just go across all the streets, kind of like a trolley in a way. It would just kind of just cut through the streets like a trolley, but it would just go right through downtown. It would just go down south towards Fishers, and then eventually to Indianapolis. It would stop by the state fair. And yeah, I remember when I was a kid, that was something I took a few times. Yeah, I remember one time we did that to go to the state fair in Indianapolis. Yeah, it's one of the most sad, heartbreaking things that ever changed it. Alright, so they actually letting me go through here just as long as I stay behind the yellow line. So we can take a little closer look at the train carts on the side. But yeah, this would have been the station. Or really, the station I took when I was a kid to go down to the state fair. So it would have gone down that line there. It's the Hobbs. It's like the Hobbs station. This is all part of the nickel plate, which would have been the line.
I think I can hear it down the road. Just down the road.
Yeah, I'll take a tour here. I'll bring my wife over and we'll probably catch a ride to Atlanta one of these days. Yeah, you can drive here in Indiana. You can drive to Philadelphia, Cleveland, and Atlanta all in one day. A lot of people think you're talking about Cleveland, Ohio, whatever. But they're all counted.
Yeah, so like the part of nickel plate that is still intact actually goes up to Atlanta, which is a town, like I was talking about. But there's a town that's up north that it's still an intact part of the train. But yeah, check this out. Nickel plate road here. Just one of the passenger carts.
I'm a lost art in it.
Oh yeah.
Amtrak's still struggling even with the government help. That's the way it is.
So I grew up in Noblesville, so I remember taking that all the way down to the state fair.
Oh yeah, I rode the state fair. We lived in Castleton at the time.
Yeah,
We'd catch it there in Fishers. It didn't stop in Castleton.
right.
The fact is, that's where the engineers closed their eyes and crossed 82nd Street. This is back in probably before you were born in the 80s.
Yeah.
And they'd close their eyes and hope they get through. They'd only cross it like 15 or 20 miles an hour at the top speed. So, but then they pick up a little speed out in the country. Took about, I think if I remember right, I could be wrong, I think it took about a half hour, 45 minutes just to get from the state fair, straight shot, they didn't stop, to get to Fishers. It was either a half hour or 45 minutes, and I wish
Phil.
I remember.
Yeah, it felt
But
like
that's
it, was it?
not
Yeah.
very far for taking that long.
Yeah.
If you stop and think, if you were on a straight track, and again, you didn't stop anywhere unless there was a problem or an accident. But anyway, so much for that. But yeah, this is a lost art.
Oh yeah. I've actually been over to Europe a couple of times already. It's trains are definitely more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think over there.
I've been reading
Yeah.
about trains for years. I mean, I guess it just, and I'm not guilty. My wife says, well, you know, are you been watching your trains on YouTube or whatever? And I said, yeah, but I don't them all the time. And accuse her of being a gamer and all that. But, you know, I don't know if you heard me telling that lady. I don't want to bore you. I'll make my fast version of it. Back in '64 when I was, now I'm talking about 1964, I was 9 years old. And my grandfather took myself and 3 cousins to New York City. We went on the New York Central. That was 7 years prior to Amtrak. Amtrak started in '71.
Okay.
So 7 years. So the railroads had their own passenger cars.
Right.
We rode there, got to around Cleveland. Did you hear me telling her?
Oh no.
Okay. But, because I didn't want to have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind telling you, but anyway, we got to Cleveland. Hell, it's like 10:30, 11:30 at night or something. I don't know what time it was. Maybe it was even beyond that. Maybe it was at Ashtabula, Ohio, or whatever. We went on that along Lake Erie, you know.
Yeah.
But I said, Grandpa, I said, I'm awful tired. Can we go back there and sleep in the sleepers? No, he said, you're sleeping right there. In the chair. Of course, I was a spoiled 9-year-old. I even had my own bedroom because I had 3 sisters. And they didn't want the sisters sleeping with me, you know.
Yeah.
And, which I didn't blame them. I didn't want to either. But anyway, so I rode it all the way to New York City and we got there at 8 a.m. And my grandfather was better than a tourist guide. We saw the UN building, Empire State, Statue of Liberty. All these things that I couldn't afford even as an adult to do all that today. And went around there. And this was a '64. Guess how much it cost to ride the subway?
Like back then or right now?
Back in '64, the summer of '64. I know probably what it. I mean, you
dime?
might have a better idea what it costs today.
I haven't been to New York City yet, but
Your head.
I imagine.
Yeah. 15
Probably.
cents.
I'd say
for
yeah, like
tote.
around like a dime
They had
or a
this
nickel.
little
Yeah.
brass, like they look like something you get as a souvenir gift or something. Little brass thing said New York, you know, subway system or something on. 15 cents. You put
Wow.
the little thing in the turnstile, you know, go through. 15 cents. That gave you a trip to about anywhere, you know,
Right,
get into
yeah.
Queens or Brooklyn, wherever you were going. So.
Probably a lot more now.
Oh,
Yeah, like it.
substantially. Everything was. In fact, is I knew the price as a kid. That's back when they had 15-cent hamburgers. I'm dating myself. I just turned 69, and some people said, you know, I'm still like an old guy, like I used to see old guys. And well, I'm one of them now. But I mean, I'm not that old. There's 80-some-year-old. But anyway, 15 cents for a hamburger. Arby's, when they first came out, was 69 cents, just to give you an idea. Most of the places in nice restaurants, they'd charge about 30, and 30 or 45 cents for a tall shake. That was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
I'm talking. Well, anyway, get to my story. The hamburgers in '64 at the UN building were 60 cents. And that just seemed like, well, you can imagine the price difference, you know, from 15 cents. But they were huge. I mean, but I still felt bad. I said, Grandpa, is it okay to order a hamburger? Because I felt bad, 60 cents. I thought, is he going to complain about that or something? My grandpa was a little bit of a tightwad, but that's what made him. He rented houses in this little town in Indiana, and one paid for the other ones. He kept buying houses. So needless to say, he was, you know, made some money. I mean, I didn't get rich from him or anything, but he was pretty well, you know, because what he you know, he, and if they had, I'm sure they did, inherited money, my uncle and aunt and my dad, whatever, and then that gave him a little better lifestyle and everything. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, but he was really a great guy. So, but,
Yeah.
he did give us some money, and of course we spent it. Sometimes a little foolishly, you know, like, you know, he had a deal where we got $10,000 when we got 25, but it didn't last me till 30 years old. And needless to say, I didn't reinvest it or anything. You know,
Yeah.
it's still too immature, but if I had to do it now, it would have been a total different story.
Yeah.
But then again, that's over 40 years ago, so. But anyway, what's your name?
Corey.
Corey, nice to meet you. So, I'll get out of your hair and these old stories away, but yeah, this is something. You said you rode here as a kid, a young guy?
Yeah, I've stayed a couple of times when I was a kid. I grew up in Noblesville
Sure.
and moved out, but I just came. I was
Where
going
do
to
you
come
live
back.
now? I'm just thinking.
Oh, Lebanon.
Lebanon, okay.
So not really
Oh,
too
I know
far,
where
but
it's
yeah.
at.
But yeah, I just been about like, you know, since probably school since I've really been here. So
Yeah.
yeah,
How old are you now?
33.
33?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I yeah, even through, you know, because Noblesville's changed a lot. Like
Yeah.
even in the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's
The
insane.
streets and the stoplights haven't changed much because I used to come back here in the 80s and it just seems like it's the same old Noblesville when I used to come here back in the 80s and 90s. They just don't seem like they've changed any. At least Old Town hasn't.
Yeah, that's
Now the
seems about the same,
expansion
but-
has,
oh, yeah.
of course,
Oh, yeah.
you know, 146th Street and
this
all
this
that.
side of the river unrecognizable from like 20 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably true. But well, hey, listen, I'll get out of here. I
Yeah,
gotta
thank
get
you.
moving on and
Yeah, thanks for talking.
everything. And
Yeah.
so, nice meeting you, Corey. Right?
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, enjoy yourself today.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got my wife going into Walmart, and I can't hardly stand that place. I got to get away from it.
Oh, I know what you mean.
It is.
Whew. Yeah, so got some more train carts and some engines over on this side too. Yeah, there's a nickel plate right there. And then you got some other one back there too. Cool stuff. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I can't really take the train down to Indianapolis anymore. Man, wouldn't it be amazing? Pennsylvania lines. It's like a little ticket booth right here. Huh. So you look in the distance, there's the train. Maybe it's way back from probably Atlanta. Yeah, check it out. It's a little closer here. Check it out, there's the caboose. So right on. At least I got to see the train here. Well, I think that will do it. That's been the nickel plate train line, or what's left of it. And probably just do a follow-up video on Forest Park here, or something like that. Anyway, I'll see you all later. See you all in the next one. Peace out.